Hey, it's Alexis, and it's time to pick November's TBR. Currently, my TBR jar is in another room, so we're just going to be using this TBR prompt wheel that I found online. For the month of October, I picked, was it 7 books? And I think I read 1. I didn't do too hot in the month of October, I'm going to be honest. I was a lot busier than I thought I was going to be. That's my bad. So for the month of November, I'm also going to be pretty busy. So I think I'm just going to stick with 5 books this month. I know it's like less than I normally do, but hopefully I can actually read all 5 this month. That is my goal. I have an announcement that I'm going to talk about at the end of the video. So let's just get into picking November's TBR, shall we? Prompt number 1. I like that sound. A bookish book. So I'm going to take that to mean a book about books. We like those around here. So I want to say that this one will technically count, The Authenticity Project by Claire Pulley, because it's about a notebook that gets, it's like a notebook or a journal or something that gets left at this cafe and it's like passed around to person. Then we also have The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. And this one is about a woman who wants to get her story out there, so she's gonna have somebody come write about it. Ooh, then we have Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and this is about the burning and banning of books. I think that might be it on my cart. If there's one that I missed, you guys, I'm sure you'll let me know. But I think these are my 3 options. Truthfully, I'm more in the mood for The 13th Tale, I think. So I think this is gonna be my first pick. So this is about this author named Vida, and it says she's famous for her collection of 12 enchanting stories that she spent the past 6 decades basically coming up with. She's also never really told anybody who she really is. So she's an author, so she's done like plenty of interviews and stuff in the past, you know, but she's made up kind of a different persona every time. Nobody's ever gotten the full truth and nobody's gotten the same story. But now that she's older and she feels like she's accomplished everything she wants to accomplish in her life, she's ready to tell her true story. But she's only gonna tell it to somebody named Margaret. This is totally giving 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes, and I love that book. So I'm very excited for this one. I think I'm going to love it. Prompt number 2. Read a book by your favorite author. So I don't know who my all-time favorite author is, but my top 5 would probably, as of this moment, there would probably be Lynn Painter, Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez, Taylor Jenkins Reid, and Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Honorable mentions would maybe be Allie Hazelwood and Stephanie Garber, because I really, really loved Garble. So I guess we'll see who we have on the cart. I have the Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. I have 3 books by Taylor Jenkins Reid on here. And I have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. So we have quite a few options on here, but I feel like I'm going to pick probably one of the Taylor Jenkins Reid books since I have 3 of those. So we have Maybe in Another Life, and this is about a girl named Hannah who goes out with her friend one night, and at the bar she runs into her ex-boyfriend. After she runs into her ex-boyfriend at the bar, the story kind of splits off into 2 different, I guess, timelines, and it's more of a what if type of story. So she has, this is what would happen if I leave with my best friend, and here's what would happen if I left with my ex. It sounds really, really intriguing. Then we also have One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is about a girl named Emma who gets married to Jesse, her high school sweetheart, and on their first anniversary, like 1-year anniversary, his helicopter ends up crashing and she thinks he's dead. She kind of just gives up and moves back home to be closer to family, and she ends up meeting somebody else. She gets engaged, is about to get married, and suddenly she gets a phone call from Jesse telling her that he's coming home. What do you mean? I thought you were dead. So that sounds really, really good too. Then we have Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this one is about this girl named Elsie who goes out for pizza one night and she meets this guy at the pizza parlor named Ben. Ben doesn't even want to wait another 24 hours before asking her out again. So then they kind of quickly form a relationship. They meet on New Year's Day. They are eloped by May. 9 days after they eloped, Ben is out riding his bicycle and he dies. This is like the story of the aftermath of that. This sounds like it's going to be very heart-wrenching. So I don't know which one I want to read. I think I'm going to pick one of these two because this one just sounds kind of sad and I don't know if that's the mood I'm in right now. Okay, do I want the girl who was married, thought she lost her husband, so she moved on with her life and now he's back in her life? Or do I want alternate timelines? I don't know. Let's ask Matt what he thinks. Hey, Matt. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so we're picking One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm very excited for this one. Prompt number 3. It says foiled cover. I don't really know what that means, nor do I think I actually have one of those. So we're just gonna spin again. Okay. Like I said, I found this online, so I don't even know what's on here. Okay, it says nature on the cover. So I'm gonna take that to mean flowers, trees, leaves, animals, whatever. I mean, we could pick this one because there's trees on it. This one has leaves. Is that grapes? I think it is. This one has a cat on it and leaves falling. I could do this one. This one's got flowers on it. This one's got like mountains in the background. I think these are going to be my options. I think I'm in between these two because it feels like these are like truly the most nature-y covers. So this one's got palm trees on it. And then this one has a tree over here with leaves on it and a cat. I think I'm going to go with the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. So I've been hearing really mixed reviews on this. You either love it or hate it is what I've heard. I started to read it. I think I made it about 5 chapters in or so. And I realized that this is told in third-person point of view, which kind of sometimes irritates me. But the way that this book is written, it really wasn't bothering me. I was actually like really enjoying it. So I think I'm just going to continue on with this. So far, it's about this girl. Is it Janine or Jeannie? I don't really know how to say her name. But her aunt leaves her cafe to her, so she moves to this small town of Dream Harbor to kind of take it over. And so far, she meets a local farmer named Logan, and he tells her like who he is and says that he comes every day with produce and that she should be on the lookout for him, you know, whatever else. And then he said that he's around if she needs anything. Well, she tells him that she was hearing spooky noises and she thinks the place is haunted and she doesn't know what to do from there. So he volunteers to help her try to figure out what's going on. Okay, prompt number 4. TBR Vet. So the book that's been on my TBR the longest. Okay, so I know exactly which book this has to be, but I am not in the mood for it, if I'm being honest. And also, it's falling apart. I'll show you. So this is the book that's been on my TBR the longest, A Whole New World by Liz Broswell. I've had this on my TBR since 2016 when it was released, but look at this cover. Well, I guess it's the spine, but it's falling apart and on the edges of the corners of the cover as well. And it was leaving black from the spine on my hand yesterday when I was setting up the cart. So that's like really worrisome to me. But this is the one I have to pick for this prompt, unless we pick a new prompt. And I might just do that because this is my TBR video. And I'm not in the mood for this. Okay, we're gonna pick a new prompt. Sorry. If you guys think that's cheating, then I guess I cheated. But it's my video, right? So I get to make the rules. And I don't want to read that book right now. Okay. Random number generator picks. Let me pull up a random number generator. Watch it pick that one. That'll be so bad. So there's 37. All right, generate. 32. 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32. So, random number generator picked Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. This was on my October TBR, and clearly I did not get to it. So let's hope I get to it in November, because I do want to read this. So this is about 15-year-old Liz, who ends up passing away and finds herself in this place called Elsewhere. But in Elsewhere, time kind of goes backwards. So instead of aging forward like you do on Earth, you age backwards until you end up back on Earth as a baby. I don't know, this just sounds like it's going to be good. And when I was reading through my books to figure out what was going to stay and what was going to go, like last month or whenever I did that, the first chapter had me crying. So this is going to be an emotional read. But it is what it is. Okay. Blast prompt. Hopefully. Adult fantasy. I know exactly which one I'm going to pick for this. Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. This is her adult debut novel, so this is like perfect. So from what I know about this, it's about this woman named Holland who ends up meeting this guy that they call the Watchman. He's able to tell you when you're gonna die. And turns out she's gonna die within the next 24 hours unless she can find this one item, and apparently that item's gonna save her. I don't know. I've been hearing that this has a great, like, magical feel to it by people who've read it. But they've also said it does read kind of young adult, even though it's an adult novel. So I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens with that. But I'm very excited for this. So this is going to be book number 5 on November's TBR. So this is my November TBR. And I think that it's looking pretty good. So to quickly run back through, we had a book about books, or bookish book, I think is what the prompt was. So we have The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. A book by your favorite author. We have One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. A book with nature on it. We have The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Random number generator picked Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. And an adult fantasy book, we have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Let's really hope that I can read my November TBR, because I know I'm going to be kind of busy this month. So time for the announcement that I was going to make. I decided that this year I'm going to be doing Bookmas, and I'm going to be posting videos from December 13th through December 24th. So my question to you guys is, do you have any videos that you would like to see for Bookmas? I currently have 12 video ideas, but I'm willing to swap some of them out with your ideas if you guys have ideas of things that you actually want to watch, because I want to make sure you guys want to watch these videos. I've been watching people do Bookmas for the past few years, and it looks like a lot of fun, so I really just want to join in and make my own videos. So let me know what your guys' ideas are for videos if you have any. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had fun kind of using this little spinner wheel. I might have to do this again because this was actually really fun. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I picked. If you think I'm going to like them, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.